nervous, on the surface I look fine. My brain feels heavy, my traumatized mind. And I'm so tired, I can't feel my eyes. Whoa, whoa. I'm petty, but I know how to lie. I feel feelings that I can't describe. I'm not breathing, but I'm still alive. Whoa, whoa. But I think I'll be alright, 'cause I'm not giving up, I'm not giving up yet. I feel that it's my time, so I'ma give it everything. I'ma give it everything I got. So I'ma give it everything, I'ma give it everything I got. I'ma give it everything, I'ma give it everything I got. Why do I still have hope? So many days have passed. I wait around for things to change, but change has not come fast. I'm asking all the questions, but then I question them. Like, what's the point of living, existing when you can't see your God in flesh? I'm looking for the answers, they say to pray instead. I think I'll find them one day, but with a helping hand. I know that it's not easy, but I believe I will. Yeah, I'll get over all my fears and really conquer everything. I think I'll be alright, 'cause I'm not giving up, I'm not giving up yet. I feel that it's my time, so I'ma give it everything. I'ma give it everything I got. So I'ma give it everything, I'ma give it everything I got. I'ma give it everything, I'ma give it everything I got.
Messy. They want help.
Morning,
with things
everybody.
when you don't have time.
Welcome to TeamODZ Live and Rick's Life.
Yeah. Don't make friends with your neighbors. I know Andy lives a different life than me
unless
in that way.
unless they wear microfiber loungewear.
Well, that could be a good conversation starter. But yeah, so I went over, and they're very nice, and they had the package and gave it to me quickly, without, you know, like Ron, he would be like, so blah 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 blah, and talk to me for a while. But yeah, this guy just gave it to me. But still, I was just like, why can't they just put it? Like, if one showed up here for them, I'd just bring it over and put it in front of their door. Be like,
Hey, Harold.
I finished the delivery for the delivery guy.
Maine might be a little bit like Finland. They're also not very keen on person-to-person contact.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's a main thing. It does kind of feel like a main thing though, because none of my neighbors really do it either. But there are a couple that I can tell they try to. Like, there's one guy when I was out snowblowing one day, he brought me over some gloves. I don't know why. But he's like, here, I don't use these. Would you like them? I was like, sure, thanks. And he kind of hung out like I was going to talk to him. I wasn't. I already have enough to do when I'm here. I don't need friends knowing when I get home and wanting to show up or invite me over. And I don't typically require much help, but any neighbors I've made friends with, they always seem to need so much help. Even my neighbors that I haven't made friends with, we have made no actual formal introductions, and I've already been asked to put chains on his lawnmower that has a snowblower attached, and to help him start his other snowblower.
you could move out of town into the forest with like a 3-mile driveway where you never saw anybody. That would be the place for you.
Exactly. Yeah, 'cause during the summer it gets bad, 'cause especially with Ron, when he sees a person outside, he has no worries about encroachment.
Does
He
he
will
wear
walk onto
microfiber
your
loungewear?
property. He does not.
Okay.
Maybe if he did, he'd chill out a little. But yeah, Ron's one of those guys that when you're mowing your lawn with earbuds in, he'll still talk to you. You can just see his mouth moving. It's like, what, Ron? Here, let me pull my earbuds out and stop my lawnmower and ask you what you're saying, Ron. And he's always looking. You can tell it's just his entertainment is seeing what everybody else is doing.
Well, I'm like you, but that's why I live out in this semi-industrial area. So
Yeah, I definitely, I don't know. I figured it would be fine here. Because I like living in town because I have a thing about driving places. There's some places based upon how much extra work it feels to get there because of either traffic lights or long streets that you can only go 25 miles per hour on, or things like that. They annoy me. Or like proximity to the interstate. But where I live, it's close to everything. I have like 3 quick options to get to 95 and 395 from here. It's a very efficient area. But the problem is I'm also in a super congested urban area where there are houses everywhere. The biggest distance between houses is a driveway. And then on the other side, it's maybe the length of a person. Man, I don't know if this bike is just super slow or what, but I feel like the last couple of rides, I get dropped easily. Thing I've noticed though is, unless if you're like really out in the middle of nowhere or like really in a secluded plot, the further out of the city that you get into neighborhoods that seem like you might have more room only seem to have neighbors that really want to get to know you.
yeah, okay.
Once you hit the burbs, now everybody knows each other. At least in the city, most people will keep to themselves because I don't know why, but it's just a thing. Especially in Maine, I think winter does it. It is a lot like Finland in that way.
The thing is that you need to stay clear of Finns having had alcohol, because then they need to catch up on 6 months social contact.
Hey, that's like Mainers too. Look at that. I'm seeing a huge similarity here. Yeah, I think it depends on the region. Like on the coast, and usually like the smaller the town, it seems like everybody knows each other. They go to the store and they know people. They, They go home, they know their neighbors. But then if you're just, you know, in a place where you see people all the time, and they're typically not the same people, you're just like, I'm not in the mood to talk. I talk at work, and I talk at home, but not to you. Not to mention, I also talk on Discord, you know? I'm all talked out by the end of that. And I've already learned my first house. I learned what happens when you become friends with the neighbors. It only leads to problems. I'm a tolerant person to, you know, different ways of thinking and being, and I look at sometimes I might be like, ooh, well, that's a weird way to think, but hey, that's your way.
Yeah, we noticed that when you're sweeping.
Yes, exactly. Except for when I'm sweeping. But Heidi's the opposite of that. She's a very, like, she'll read a person quickly and be like, yeah, I don't think I like this person for this reason. And she won't be like straight up rude, but she will be brutally honest at moments. And so then that creates issues because people can't handle that all the time. I'm definitely not racing on this one.
No?
Nah.
No. I'm not racing. I'm not racing. I'm not racing. Oh, look, an ebb.
Yeah, trying to save it all for ZRL. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I did okay on the TTT yesterday. I sat in for the first half hour and started doing some pulls.
Nice.
Well, we had Brett for the first 45 minutes. He had a meeting, and the race was, what, 50 minutes long, so...
Considering where you were before, it's definitely cool that you were able to keep it the whole way. And do some pulls.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that heart rate. What's that all about? This thing on.
Is what thing on?
My heart rate monitor. I'm at 120 right now after doing tempo up that climb.
Hey there, John. I did see you go live yesterday, but unfortunately I was in a meeting, so I couldn't join you. I'm sorry.
Didn't end up being able to do the 100K yesterday. That was unfortunate.
No?
No. Since Heidi missed a go to the office day because of the snow or the winter storm, then she had to go yesterday, and Grace had appointments I needed to take her to.
What time's the group ride at, John? Okay. Yeah. I can translate. 1:30 p.m.
Where's
UK
Aggie?
time. It's 7:30 my time.
I don't see Aggie riding this at all.
Aggie?
Yeah. Looks like the ball's back in his court now.
I can only do it over the Christmas week.
We have a cat that wanders around outside that looks like he could be Iverson, the street cat that I brought in. Might be his mother. They look a lot alike in a way. Like they have the same pink nose. They kind of look the same, just different colors. But yeah, he was just looking out the window at her.
When do you go back to work, John? Monday? Got you, John.
Okay.
Yeah, we did really well on the TTT yesterday. I think we're still top 10. We were 4th when we finished. I estimated that we'd finish in 50 minutes, 50 to 51 minutes, and we crossed the line at 50 minutes and 13 seconds, I think it was. A couple of seconds back. And I'm hoping that she'll catch back on.
Mostly zero power. She's talking about some dropouts.
Yeah, there's a very small window of hitting the power, else you get dropped there. I was behind a little bit. She has to go to school. Grace has her first competition for high school today of the year. Some kinda, I mean, it's not big traveling compared to what we used to do with All-Star, but it's kind of big traveling this year. Like, most of the spots are off of 95, so then once you go off of 95, it's all, things can take like an hour to get to. It's just windy roads going through mountains and stuff. And there's two of them that are almost near the New Hampshire border and off of 95. I wish they would just do them all near the capital. That's like the center point of that inhabited part of the state. If you live in the northern part of the state, your own damn fault. You're gonna have to drive. But Augusta's like perfectly in between Portland and Bangor. So they do have the championships there. But then the, can't remember what they're called, but essentially the,
Hey there, Aggie. Here's Aggie Rick. Aggie's here now.
oh hey Aggie, is he riding? I didn't see him
No.
join. Oh, what's that all about? I demand answers. This guy gets nice weather, and yeah, and he doesn't show up for a ride. Something's got to give.
Hey, Carlo.
Why do they make you work when it's 70s out? I almost think that at this moment, if Maine had a 70-degree day in January, they would probably just close everything down, just so that everybody could go out and stand in it for a while.
To their neighbors.
They don't close down for snowstorms, but they would close down for a sunstorm. Actually, that'd be something totally different. When solar storm might close things down if it was bad enough. Definitely getting plenty of arrow power-ups.
Yeah. Same.
Cold and windy. Ooh, I got bad news. Well, I didn't get the bad news yet, but I have a feeling it's bad news. I think I might have a bad head gasket in the Mazda. Hopefully not.
I think head gaskets are not that bad, are they?
Well, you know, I have an account since the owners of the brewery own this garage, and it's getting kind of high already. So I just had some work done. Thanks, Charlie.
Hey, Smith.
Yeah.
Smith gets the award for being the first person to chat this morning. He sent a message before I'd even gone live. I don't know how you did that, but well done.
I mean,
To be fair,
I have a bust, what is it called? Chain cover gasket. 8,000 euros to fix.
Jeez. Oh yeah. So that's why I'm happy I have a Mazda, not a Porsche.
Yeah, Ben.
Well, I think probably same on the Mazda, but the head gasket you can do without taking the engine out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But to be fair though, Aggie, this is happening we're just shy by like 1,000 miles or so of 200,000 miles on the Mazda. So, I mean, that's pretty good.
Actually, yeah, I used to have a Mazda, so when I went to school, I would normally adjust the belts in the lunch break because they got out of tune every day almost. And
Yeah.
since that involved taking off the cover, I could just as well have to fix the head gasket, no problem.
I've definitely had to replace the belt twice. Once because it tore apart and fell off on 95. And then the second time was the last time it was in the garage. I was like, you check the belt, it's squeaking a little bit when it's cold. And they're like, yeah, I was holding on by a thread. Oh, good. Good thing I remembered to bring that up.
Okay, so my belt is also squeaking, but that's because the engine dropped. It's now lying on the bottom plate. And the hydraulic tensioner has also leaked out, so at least I know why it's squeaking.
Yeah.
But according to
Yeah,
Porsche,
I mean,
it's not worthwhile fixing as long as I don't fix the chain cover.
so far the symptoms I'm having are like, it has check engine light that came on a little bit ago, and no heat in the Mazda now, and which then told me maybe a heater core, you know, maybe a stuck heater core, who knows. But
Or an airlock.
then I checked the oil yesterday. I'm not sure how long it had been since the car had been driven because I wasn't driving it, but
What color is the oil?
it was definitely up to where it should be, and the oil just got changed and it's synthetic, so
Yeah,
kinda
what
hard to
color
tell
is
right
the
now,
oil?
but- well, that's the thing, it's hard to tell. if that is, because I didn't see, it didn't look weird to me, but what did look weird was that it was hard to tell if the level was a little high or not. Which then would tell me, and it also smelled like exhaust, which also made me
fine.
wonder.
You know, you
Know,
have exhaust gases blowing past the piston rings, so that's not unusual. But
yeah,
the reason I asked what colour the oil was is if it's milky white, then yes, your head gasket's gone because you've got coolant making its way into the engine oil. Right.
It wasn't that, but I was kind of wondering if that's why the level might have seemed a little high, or if maybe it had just been used. You know, it's hard to tell. And I didn't, at that moment, I didn't feel the engine or anything to see if it was still warm.
So, Aggie, to answer your question, sorry. At the time we finished in 4th place. A few more teams finished, but we're 9th overall. Our best part of 200 teams, so we did okay. Plutonium League stuff. Yeah, that or if you've got billows of white smoke coming out of the exhaust and you're having to put
I haven't seen
coolant in a lot
since it lost heat.
What you want to do is get some black electrical tape, and you then cut out a small piece and put over that engine symbol, and your problem is fixed.
Yeah. But I mean, the thing is, so like, yeah, I get what you're saying, Aggie. But at this point, we have definitely, the amount of repairs we put into this vehicle is so low that I think I can justify one engine repair. If more pop up, then that might be more the time to start looking at other options, which I do want to go for, like a Mazda CX something, since they're all-wheel drive and they have a little more room.
This is why I do my own work on my cars.
Yeah. I mean, luckily at the garage they do try to like work things out for me as best as possible. But, you know, one thing they can't work out is giving me less of a rate. So, and that's where most of the cost comes from. Is I think it's like $150 an hour or something rate. Kind of wild. So I'm always like, put him on it. He's fast. Is not the time for the tire guy to learn how to change a head gasket. And don't let Jimmy anywhere near this thing. I don't need him diagnosing stuff that doesn't matter. That's the
What you want to do is to drive it to Poland. It's about 5-hour drive, and they'll fix for you for 15% of the cost.
That is for sure, Charlie. But thing is, like my partner in the brewery thing, he used to be a master mechanic, and he rarely ever does his work. Sometimes the time is worth it. The fact that you don't actually have to do it. Exactly. Which luckily they don't mark up the part for me, but they do give me all the labor. They don't mark up the part, and I can put it on my account, which I think my account might be below 1,000 right now. I pay $100 to it a week. Funniest thing too is like the master mechanic guy who, like, we started the brewery together, and the amount of times that something breaks and I'm the one fixing it instead of him is shocking, really.
What do you have to do to become a master mechanic, Aggie? I'm darn sure I'm there already.
One beer, a beer, and a wrench in each hand, and be able to turn the wrench at the same time.
Well, technically, Christmas Eve, I worked on Faith's car, not on mine. Although, I do hold the title.
Man, 225 per hour.
Yeah. Yeah, so Faith's car on Christmas Eve. Just had to replace the bushing on the power steering motor. But to do that, because the motor is electric power steering, the motor is on the top of the steering column under the dash. You have to drop the steering column. It would be really nice if they put it on the bottom, and then you could just do it without having to remove anything, but oh no. You know, a $5 part. I said to Faith, I said, if you take that into a shop, it'll be $500. A couple of hours work. $5 part, marked up.
It's the thing with the belt too, like changing the belt, it's just easier to have them do it because, man, it's such a hassle, especially in the winter. What? Oh, yeah. How much?
I'm not going to say, I was going to say ask Minneapolis.
But yeah, thing for mechanics is they work in this garage where it's posted what the hourly rate is. Meanwhile, they're making like 25, 30 bucks an hour. And the wall says whatever the going rate is, which is always way more. And of course, the way mechanics do, they complain about it. Like, geez, they get to mark the part up and they get the rest of our hourly rate. Funny part that they used to do too is like whenever special things were going on, like a holiday or something, the owner would go, the previous owner, which is the current owner's dad, which he's the guy, Jimmy, that would just sit there and like hold up a project because he was waiting. He was looking for other things to diagnose. And he's just not a diagnoser. He's not good at it at all. And but then whenever a special thing would come up, he'd come in all proudly with a pizza from the convenience store that's connected in the same building and be like, here, I got you guys a pizza. They'd be like, oh great, the same pizza we eat every day for lunch, thanks for that. Hope you didn't break the bank on that one. The new owner's a lot better.
It's the salt that
Takes
counts.
them out. It's the thought, yes. Well, the only problem with this guy was that he would pester his workers so much that, like, in order to make up for that, he'd have to be doing some wild stuff. But of course, he never did. But people would still stay. I mean, some of them would quit right after he said something demeaning. But his son's way better. And actually does things to show appreciation. Like, he doesn't just bring them a pizza from his own business. He takes them to the restaurant that they want to go to before, like, usually on, I think, Christmas Eve or something. He'll take them there and then hang out with them and buy their lunch and whatever drinks they want.
How's everyone going?
Oh, nice. See, and that's cool. Like, when you put it that way, Aggie, it's like, it's more understandable. So, I mean, I think most people, especially the case, they understand. You work for someone. They have overhead that they have to take care of. But if you just kind of like do it more reasonable like that, instead of giving them all different amounts that they get paid, and it's still just really not enough. Sometimes, though, it can also lead to, like, I know some of the dealerships do that flat rate stuff, and then that leads to a weird competition, a popularity contest with the service riders. But that's kind of how dealerships work anyway. It's dog eat dog out there. Survival of the fittest. Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. It's like the garage does have tools, but like most of the mechanics have their own tools and stuff. But you do use some of the garage's stuff, you know, like new equipment, because they're constantly having to update equipment for new cars.
That's really weird, American mechanics having their own. But I see it also in these the gold rush things that a mechanic is supposed to be self-contained unit.
It's weird now because like most of the dealership things are proprietary, or most of the car manufacturer things are proprietary. So the independent mechanics or shops want to keep up, but when the dealerships are able to keep it from them, then it creates an unfair situation. So they've been working on trying to pass legislation in Maine, but of course, as legislation goes, the things that are voted in order to, you know, make dealerships have to share, you know, those vital things to be able to work on a vehicle at an independent shop. But every time they add in some other piece of legislation that then makes the bill not work, so then it gets vetoed by the governor. Like the most recent veto, she was like, I like the bill, I like everything about it, but it appears something was added after the fact that is not related to the bill itself. It was just slipped in there somehow. It was like a bill to protect independent mechanic shops, but then somehow they slipped in a clause that bans transsexuals in sports. I don't know. I don't know if that's what it was, but wouldn't be surprised if it's something like that. Like, wait, what? Why are we replacing Spotify?
Because it's Swedish.
Oh.
We've been killing each other for 800 years, so no reason to stop now.
I like my Spotify because I'm on a family plan. So if anybody asks, I live in Dixmont. Love you. Have a good day. Yeah, I was asked by my coworker. She was like, I have an extra spot on my family plan. Do you want it? And I was like, how much? And she was like, I don't know, we're already paying for it, so I just like everybody to use it. Might as well use up all the spots. It's like, yeah, okay, sure.
No, I'm actually happy with Spotify.
What's better than Spotify? Free Spotify. That's a good alternative replacement.
You see Nagy's message, Rick?
Oh yes. There. What HR? I've never heard of this thing.
I bet Rick wears microfiber loungewear in work. You know.
Yeah, the only HR I know is Hito Rick, which that's not me. It's another guy. But he did go viral back in the day. I am by no means Hito Rick.
So we're going to start a commentary a little early here. So quite an interesting final 1 kilometre. This, it starts at the bottom of the climb, so it includes the climb and then the flat part. So do you push on the climb or do you wait to the top? We'll find out what people do very, very shortly.
Woo hits 15 watts per kilo at some point, and then it doesn't matter what you do.
All right, everybody's up. Who's up? There we go. He's up front here. Powering up the climb. pulling away from the pack. Oh, TeamODZ right behind. A few others. Here comes Wu. There he goes. Charlie doing 10 watts a kilo. There goes Charlie. Doing Tron. He's still doing 6 watts a kilo. Coming up to 7. Stroma. And TeamODZ still hanging on. Charlie and Wu off in the distance. Around this corner and the line approaches quick. We've got a nice gap here for third place, guaranteed third. And there's the finish. Nice work, Ufa. You too, Charlie. It was well timed. And Brooke, of course.
I pushed for a little bit. It hurt. Didn't feel great.
We'll see the leaderboard, but pretty sure we're going to see Brooke, Charlie, Ufa for the top 3. There we go, confirmed. Now I'm up here, I might as well ride the descent.
Okay. Thanks for the ride from getting out of here. It's still a little bit cold. Oh my gosh.
Alright, Ufa. Thanks for riding. Have a great weekend.
Nice one.
Yeah. So, I built myself some Bluetooth speakers, Aggie. I went to Goodwill a few weeks ago, and there on the shelf were a pair of Infinity satellite speakers. So I picked those up, and I already had a $20 Bluetooth amplifier, Class D amplifier, that I bought off of Amazon. Printed a case for that, and some time ago I built an enclosure for an 8-inch subwoofer. Hooked that up as well, and I got some rather good sound in the office now. The office here at home, I mean. I've got a bigger sub that I could put on it. I built my own 12-inch sub for my home theatre stuff many years ago, and I mean, that thing makes sound you can feel. It's rather good.
Yeah, so mine for my entertainment center. It's like, it's nice.
When I built it, my demo movie was Twister, the start of it, where the guy gets sucked out of the storm cellar. My parents were out. I still lived with my parents at the time. My parents were out, so I put that bit of the movie on, and I just had a grin from ear to ear. It didn't only sound like you were in that storm cellar, it felt like you were in there. So I put the same bit of movie on, thinking, because this was in my bedroom, thinking just how much of this can you hear downstairs? I put the same bit of the movie on, went downstairs. You could feel it through the floorboards downstairs. Nice. I thought about things like that, Harold. I've got a 64 by 32 RGB LED matrix panel that I've got hooked up to a Raspberry Pi Pico at the moment. I just made a little signboard with it, scroll messages on it, that kind of stuff. And I've got a couple of smaller ones as well. One for a Raspberry Pi and the other for a Pico. So messing around with those right now. Well, if you want a track that has some rather nice bass in it, look up Shahed Trampoline. That's S-H-A-E-D Trampoline. That's quite a good track. I've heard Nathan play it on his stream a few times. Alright, we've come down to the bottom. I really don't want to climb this again, but I also want to get to 30k. Might ride up here a little bit. Thank you for the ride on tray. And then flip a Yui. So. Thought it wasn't going to turn around. Hopefully I should descend towards the pens here. There we go. Yeah. Got to make it easier on ourselves, haven't we, Aggie? Now let's get some drops. Exactly, Aggie. I bet I'm not going to stop at 30k now. This makes me do another kilometre. It's your fault, Aggie. Yeah, I've still got quite a bit of descent here. Well, look, 225 kilometres to go until I finish level 1 on the Tron. No, I think we'll stop here. Maybe. Oh no, I'm still descending. If it gets to 30.5, then I've got to go to the next one.
wanna bump a beat that goes hard. Pop it.
Point 3, we're slowing down. There we go. Not quite 30.5. That would do. Yeah, there's got to be some API or something that you can get to. I couldn't put it on the camera though, Harold, because well, I've got any green here. If I do green stuff, then it becomes invisible because of the chroma key. Disco lights, yeah. So, well, you saw the lighting yesterday, Aggie, for Hills. Oh, we say she's in her disco. So I've got a long sleeve, green long sleeve T-shirt that I bought a few years ago for, or at the time of wait. Can't think. And I keep meaning to put that on Halloween, so that I'll just be a pair of hands and head on the stream, and I keep forgetting. One of these days, I'll remember. Yeah, that's Hills. That's what I'm saying. Her nickname in the Discord, in the Facebook chat for the Destroy the Cookies, the team chat, is Hills in the Discotheque. I'm surprised I don't get a headache with all the lighting that I've got here. I've got 2 strip lights up there. I've got a light bar under the monitor, and I've got 2 more lights to illuminate the green screen either side of me. Oh, she's a really good cyclist, Daggy. Not much weight to her, so she struggles on flats. But even just staying with us, back before I had my surgery, I'd have the highest watts per kilo for the team, and then quite often she would be in second place just sitting in on the average watts. She's right on that edge between C and B. We've got bumped up to Frappe a few times because she's got an upgrade through the race. Alright, let's see who else is on. Yes, I was pleased with yesterday. I was really apprehensive about racing yesterday. But I was pleased I managed to finish. Kind of needed to, really. I don't see anybody else on that I follow. So we'll call that it for now. You'll get there, John. Just keep doing the Alp. You'll get there. And the James rides. Alright, I think we've had duck step, but we'll have it again for the play out. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your ride later, John. Bye for now.
Bye.